What is going on, you dead set legends? Thought I'd just jump on because ArmWars Iron House is in the books. It is done and dusted. The very first one. The what would you call it? The number one episodic arm wrestling show on the planet. Is that how we would call it? I'm not too sure. As I wasn't going to go live, but I thought I'll bugger it. I love ArmWars. Love the way they go about it. But let me just, I've just got to try and fix a few things. And if you're in the chat, give us a ready bang. Have a bit of a vote of what has been going on. Let me just get another file up there. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's try this one. And of course, my YouTube, Patreon. Bangers. Superstars. Genuine superstars for as little as 50 cents a week. You can help out the Aussie arm wrestler, hang and bang, sling and slang. Every single dollar made from this, you know what it does? It goes straight back to the channel. And then, as you can see, heaps of people are just being dead set legends. And then, of course, head over to Old School, Old School Labs. And if you want all the best supplements going around, just hit the old ready bang in the comments section. I mean, we're going to talk about ArmWars, and then a bit later on, we'll talk about other stuff. Let's talk about what worked, what could be improved on. You just never know what is going on. All right. Who has quickly joined me in the chat? What have we got here? Arm Wrestling Gods, I've never done this much YouTube. White Wolf has jumped in, says, Ready Fang, is this the 19th? Well, it is the 20th. I mean, for me, not enough people are talking about ArmWars. So, because like the next ArmWars is in like 2 weeks. For those that are quickly joining, I'll be live with John Brizing's opponent and next East versus week, Oleg Petrenko, within 24 hours. Dan John with a ready bang. Rory Newbold. Make sure you vote. I've got a poll going. If you think ArmWars was successful, get in there. Joshy, my boy, comes in with a ready bang. Spermies says, you dead set legend. Same to you. He needs to start a channel called Iron Horse. I thought I spelt it wrong. Or did I spell it wrong in the poll? Let's have a look. No, it says, was ArmWars a success? Okay. You're all bloody scaring me. Thank you very much, Phil Woody. Get to see you very, very soon. And I reckon I've got enough painkillers so we can have an arm wrestle, my man. Devon's forearm. Says ready bang. What's up, Jake? Don't forget to pack my trophy. Your trophy. Nah, you wanker. Not a chance. The most sought after trophy. And you just think by being a bit nice, let's have a match on the left arm. You think that it automatically qualifies you for this, Phil? It's the dollary dues, big fella. It's the dineros, the British pounds, the euros, the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar. Whatever you want. The Thai baht, I don't care, so long as it stacks high and stacks large. If you want to have a shot at this. Old School's all about really good, just your supplements. If you want fat burners, pre-workouts, if you want your protein, your creatine, if you want it in tablet form, if you want it in powder form, they also sell merchandise, mate. They do it all, as everyone is getting in there. Good to hear. Devon never done so much, but I better watch a bit of the show as I am on with him soon. Ready, bang. That is right. That is right. So I was having a bit of a chat. Definitely Paul Maiden will be on the show. What is it? Tuesday night your time, Wednesday early morning my time. I think around this time. So there we go. It's all coming in now and everyone's being good. So ArmWars Iron House, it's in the books. I mean, what did you guys think of it all? Were you a fan of episodic TV on a weekly thing? I mean, that's how I grew up. So I didn't mind it. I think I watched 80% of them. Like I watched the premiere live, got up, I got me bloody morning coffee ready. So if I have coffee throughout the show, I do apologize. I do love a morning coffee. So then I didn't mind it. As you can see, like today's episode was the last one. 200 people were watching it live. So that's not too bad. That is not too bad. As everyone is coming in, just saying, how are you? Oh, where'd it go? How are you? To Drummer Boy. Set, ready, dead bang legends. Marcus Thompson says he's late. Oh, mate, I've only started 5 minutes ago. And he says, Slane to go to see Marcus Thompson and the crew very, very soon. I loved having the new match to look forward to every week. It's as everyone's saying, g'day to Marcus. Jake, I like 2 sugars of milk at Whitby. Mate, Marcus, I don't think we'll be having coffees together, bud. I think we'll be having a few beers round the clock. So definitely looking forward to that. And just quickly going to King of the Table, they've got one more match to announce and then hopefully a second announcement as everyone's getting their coffee orders in. So were you a fan of the episodic TV? I know in a world of internet, we want it now and we want it live. And if you become an ArmWars member, you get to see the next ArmWars live, which I will probably do very, very soon because I definitely want to set my alarm. Be a brilliant father. That'll be a busy weekend for me, having a watch about it all. So I hope everyone becomes a member and jumps on. That is for sure. I think with so much arm wrestling going on, I didn't mind the weekly episodic TV because it was kind of like something to look for. Oh, there's no arm wrestling this weekend. Okay, well, there's going to be Arm Wars. So that's going to be awesome. So that's for me. Thank you very much, Spermy. He says, Jake, if I ever make it to Australia, I'm bringing you a bottle of Crown Royal. Absolutely, we'll have a drink together. Samuel's jumped in. He says, it's Friday. Mother effers. Well, it's Saturday morning here in Australia. There's no rest for the wicked here. So, yeah. So the good thing I enjoyed about ArmWars Iron House for me was it filled in the gaps. So, okay, no arm wrestling this weekend. I'm definitely getting a good match. Now, it'd be very interesting to see what I think it was a success according to the poll. 96% of you think it was a success. So that's pretty cool. Kevin Keegan jumps in, says ready bang bummers. That is awesome. Hope the family are all good, Jake. Thank you very much. And same to you and same to everyone else in the chat. Absolutely. My family are the best. They are going well. And you guys in the chat are a part of the family. And you guys seem to always be going well. So what I decided to do was if you're going to have an ArmWars review, well, you invite the man, don't you? You invite the man behind it all. Let's get a bit of a different background. There we go. Make it look a bit more fresh. Jay,
oh, I know, brother. How's it going?
You look exhausted.
It's the Friday. Every Friday, I get these eyes.
Well, that's what I mean. First of all, congratulations. What I believe is a successful ArmWars Iron House. I mean, with everything, there's always going to be, hiccups and things that you can improve on. It's a 2-man team. So the fact that you get that sort of production out on a weekly basis, I think only one other show does it, and that's South Park. I don't think any other show
on The Simpsons
can really nail it. And you've got Iron House 2 in like 2 weeks.
That's what this is all about. You've literally caught me. It never ends, Jake. It never ends. to be fair, we still have a few Iron House 1 matches to come out to members only. But yeah. But yeah, it never ends. It's Friday night here in the UK. What time is it? 10:30, and I'm working on the setup for the live show in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And we'll get to that in a moment. But can you just explain to everyone the importance of people becoming an ArmWars member for the YouTube channel? Like, I can plug it and it can almost come off as, that's Ozzy just doing the YouTube thing and helping out his mates. But can you just explain to everyone the importance of joining and becoming a member? Which, while you do that, I will do right now.
Dude, it's everything. We don't have the way that we've set it up. You know, it's really for the pullers, and we don't have many revenue streams coming in, and that membership is perhaps the biggest, which is the reason why we've decided with this one we're gonna put out everything to the members. We're gonna do a live show to the members, so it's kind of like a pay-per-view, except that it's a lot cheaper. It will be a live event. We will be sending out the videos from the live event on the same day, and you also get the perks of being an ArmWars member for a month. So you get all the discount off the merch, all the other benefits that you get as being a member. But at the same time, you get your pay-per-view for the show for Iron House 2, Sunday the 4th.
There you go.
But yeah, it's massively important, mate, to us in order to keep us around.
And there you go. I'm a member. I've just joined up. I am a member.
Welcome to the club, mate.
I can't believe I wasn't.
You will now be able to watch Iron House 2 on your flight over. Well, long before your flight over.
Yeah,
so you won't miss anything.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not there at ArmWars is because it's on the 4th. It's Australia Day. It's Father's Day here.
Yeah, you've said.
Yeah, so the wife.
I've already given you a hard time over it. It's all right. You're missing out. It's but you know, Father's Day, big thing.
It's the first one. So yeah, I've joined, and I hope heaps of people go over and join, because as you can see, whilst James was trying to enjoy his work with James Wall, having just destroying Mind Art, he's there. He's in the lab. He's getting it all done. What was the hardest thing about this Iron House? What was the thing that just fucking really got to you?
What, the event itself, or do you mean just getting the shows out every week?
The journey.
The hours. It has to be the hours. It's I mean, you know yourself. You put a lot of hours. I'm sure people don't see the amount of hours that you put in. They see you going live 5-6 times a week, and you know. But there's a lot of research for you. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of arranging guests. There's a lot of logistics goes on behind the scene, and it's the same with Iron House, except you know, arguably a lot more to organise, do, produce, create, and as you said before, we're not a big team. We want to be, and all the money that comes in through any memberships or anything like that, it all gets pumped straight back into Iron House. Half of this gear here we didn't have for the last Iron House. Half of this gear here has been bought through memberships.
Yes.
And it's the same, mate. Honestly, we're really pumping everything back in. Yeah.
So then, probably one of the, especially for your members, I mean, with today's internet, I think it was a great decision that that the next Iron House is going live, live to the members, and then you'll re-release the matches the same day. No,
sorry. So there'll be, obviously live at the event. There's tickets. You can come live. The same day we will be releasing those matches to the members. If you're not a member, you will not be able to see this.
Yeah.
Simple as that. We're not, because it's not a pay-per-view on a different model. It will be maybe months before we release that content to the general public.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And have you sold all the tickets to the actual live show?
I don't know how many we've sold. That's Neil's side of things. Letting Neil deal with that. I'm dealing with bringing you guys the best live show on the internet possible. Yeah.
So what entails? What entails? Because as we see, your work is outstanding, outstanding. So
cheers,
and we've tuned into other people's live events, and it's just a phone sitting there and just that view. Give us a little sneak peek of what encounters in a James Statham sort of live event.
Well, it's obviously it's different to when we shot the last Iron House. It was all about just capturing it. We, nothing. We didn't need to organise any. It was just about capturing the highest quality of coverage of the event as possible. This time it's different because this time we need to do the same thing, but in real time, as if it is live. We will be recording it as live. When we put it out, it will be as if it's live. You're not going to do any post editing. So all the editing's got to be done as we're going. I've got to cut it as we go. Just the same as anybody else who's doing a live broadcast, really, except that we will, at the same time, obviously the cameras will be recording 4K, high bit rate, a load of geeky stuff. So then we can produce the films a little bit further down the line. Because, of course, we do also have other Iron House matches that will be happening behind closed doors. So with this event, we think we're dipping our toe a little bit into the live pay-per-view model. Because a lot of people, we've received a lot of good feedback on these episodic documentary type products that we're putting out. And we don't want to stop doing that. So we're dipping our toe into both sides, just giving people what they've asked for. Everybody wants to see it live. They want to see it sooner. So this way, it's best of both worlds, mate. We're going to give you a live show. And at the same time, we're still going to be delivering the weekly, bi-weekly episodes going down the line.
Oh, so you've just decided not only do I work around the clock, but I'm just going to fucking add more work. So you're going to have no hair by the end of this.
Well, my job, making the episodes is relative. Got it down to where it's relatively doable within a week, providing I've not got any other big commitments or anything like that through the week. It's relatively, I've got it down to a fine art now. But now it's the case of, okay, how can we streamline that so it only takes 2 or 3 days to produce the same quality? I think we've hit a quality level now where we're kind of happy to sit there for a bit. It took us a while just to get to this level, and now we're at a level where it's like, okay, let's sit there. But now it's about streamlining that, so then we can produce all the other content that I'm sure everybody wants. Tutorials. There's just loads of other stuff, loads of other promo stuff, loads of other bits of projects we want to do within arm wrestling. So we need, but of course, to do that, we need to kind of free up the time to do it because the films really do take up a lot of time.
How do you free up time when you work 24 hours a day?
Vampire juice, mate. Vampire juice. You got to make the deal with the devil.
Yeah. James P has come on as a YouTube banger. Absolutely appreciated, James. We'll definitely not let you down. Now, you're usually pretty active in the premiere when you guys premiere each episode. Do you get annoyed if, like, okay, it's 2 minutes in and we hear it and away we go and and the music starts and then heaps of people guess the right person to win? Is it
no? Because it very rarely happens. It very rarely happens. Oh no, I love it. That's one of my favorite parts of it. Is just seeing people guess. It's
okay, because early on, I remember there was a battle. I remember watching everyone's like, oh, the way the music's going, nah, James Statham's, he's definitely beating the Aussie arm wrestler. Oh, I can tell by the music, and everyone was just trying to guess. So I always wondered if you're there ripping your hair out, like overthinking it, like sitting there going, oh, the fucking bastards, I just want to put a score in the match, and there you try.
I don't give a fuck how people want to enjoy it, mate. Yeah, it's no. I enjoy it. I like seeing people guess. I like playing about with it a little bit because everybody, of course, thinks that they've. A lot of people go, "Oh no, he's playing that particular song, so that means that it's going to turn around. There's going to be a comeback or whatever." And it's easy to not be predictable. Just switch it up all the time, and that's what I try to do.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I caught about 80% of the premieres live because I was saying before, I love just putting the kettle on because it starts 6:30 in the morning here on a Saturday morning. Wife's in bed. I think it's like my Saturday morning cartoons. I actually get a bit of a nostalgic feeling. My alarm goes off, hobble my ass down to the kitchen, get
First
comfy
day off
on
school.
the couch, and I'm there talking to all my lunatic mates before it starts. Oh, who's going to win? Oh, this is going to be awesome. So I think it's great. Now,
I do want to say one thing about that because that would not be possible had everybody been so good at just keeping the mouth shut.
And
I
thought
a massive thank you to all the pullers involved, everybody who was in the house at the time for keeping the mouth shut. We couldn't appreciate it more. And if they did tell anybody, if anybody did know anything, a massive thank you for keeping your mouth shut. A big thank you to the community. It goes a long way to show how much the community cares about the sport in that, because it's easy for someone just to be a prick and, just for 5 minutes of attention and put some results out there, and nobody did. So thank you, everybody.
Are you saying people in the arm wrestling world can be pricks? No, James.
I'm saying nobody was a prick, and I'm thanking them. I was having a heartfelt moment there with the community.
Yeah. But, Matt Rhodes Sports. There's a ton of work goes into these Iron House videos, quality stuff. I mean, everyone is just praising you. I might have to start banning people. I don't like too many people praising you, James. I'll let a couple slide in. But then I think, fuck that guy. Just, he's getting a big head. Stop praising him. Benji Mac.
It's hard work, mate. And I really appreciate it, everybody. Because a lot of work does go into it. And it's not me. I can't do this without, and and Matt knows, and, a lot of people know, we can't do this without the athletes. And we have some amazing athletes in this sport and in ArmWars and, yeah, it's absolutely not only amazing athletes, but great characters. And it's an absolute pleasure to kind of put them across at the same time as people enjoying seeing what they do on the table, also trying to put their character across. And that's what ArmWars is all about. It's about building people and letting people see beyond just what goes on the table.
Yeah,
and that's what we strive to do.
Is Jordan Davis going to be banned from Iron House because he doesn't stop crying? He's just crying every episode. I think it was after his first match. Like I was chatting to Jordan a lot.
Dude, you haven't even got the balls to come over and be in the audience. Never mind be on the table. You can't say fuck all. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. When you've walked in his shoes, then you can have a go. Until then, your third place trophy doesn't cut the mustard.
I will get your apology message later, James. You must be tired. There's no way you're attacking me.
No, but to be fair to Jordan, the guy come a long way, and there was a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and he's only a young guy. He's only in his early 20s.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. The guy, and he had the balls to put it. So I had a few conversations with Jordan after Iron House in regards to what we put out there in terms of what happened in the interview room, and he had the balls just to say, not bothered. Whatever helps you tell the best story. It all happened. I'm not bothered. And that takes balls, and the guy should be commended for that.
Oh yeah. I've wind Jordan up all the time about having a cry, but yeah, he Because we live too far away from anyone on the planet. He's got a young family, beautiful wife, and he's got to take time off work to get over there, and just left it all on the table. So yeah, I always wind him up and go, mate, fucking stop crying. Like, I'm going to come up and visit you, Jordan. just don't cry. And no, we have a bit of a laugh, and then to do what he did. Oh, absolutely. I was very proud. Marcus Thompson just being a fucking legend. He's just a stud. He says, 2 of the top entertainers in the sport. James Statham Arm Wrestling is lucky you joined. Arm Wars for life, but you two can't drink as much.
We're lucky to have Marcus as well. I'm really looking forward to. I want to know how Marcus went on this week. I think he went yesterday to go and do some pulling with Kyle, with a couple of Irish pullers who were going to be at Iron House. I need to have a chat with him, see how he went on.
Yeah, he says his arms are knackered.
His
arms are well knackered. It's
well, we all know what it's like the first time you get on the table, and it just hurts in places you don't. It's different. You can't replicate it in the gym. Yeah.
I'll be there just after Arm Wars. Are we having a beer together? Will we meet up in person?
Well, there's a couple of options. I think it might. Let's have a look. But aren't you going to Paul's when you come over first?
I think
initially?
so. I think the first night I'm staying at Paul's, and then
maybe on
15 minutes from Manchester, and then Phil will pick me up from there. And take me to
on the Friday.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Because I was thinking maybe me, you, John, Ray, and a few of the guys. I don't know whether Ray'll still be about. He'll probably, but whoever's still about, Ryan, on Friday maybe do something, and Neil, and do a live from here, and then we all mooch over on. Well, I don't know. But there's an option there, maybe. See who's about. But I was planning to come over to Whitby either on the Friday night or the. I'm going to get myself a camper, I think.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Get in. That'll be brilliant. Now, we had going back to Arm Wars. There was a bit of a hiccup. There was a bit of a hiccup. We've got to talk about it. It's probably the main focal point about Arm Wars.
Mate. Everything was amazing.
I thought it was amazing. Did Arm Wars get any backlash? Did Arm Wars take a hit? Did you or Neil get bothered at all with the whole Uncle John situation?
Yeah, but it is what it is, mate. It's sport. Stuff happens. And people have opinion, and you've just got to let everybody voice their opinion. And if the opinion is strong enough, it might warrant, you to listen to it. It's just opinions. Everyone voicing their opinion over something, and that nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, not there. So the Arm Wars channel didn't take a huge hit or anything like that.
I don't pay that much attention to it, to be honest, mate. I just all I care about is knocking out good, entertaining, quality products, and the rest of it will take care of itself.
I did I did enjoy probably. I would love it if there was an Arm Wars shirt, just a one-off Arm Wars shirt, and only you're allowed to wear it, and it just says, "Apologize for fuck all."
I might regret that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Well,
it was like, okay, because unfortunately, like, we won't dwell too much about this, but I didn't watch it. That was the one I accidentally missed. I had a bit going on, and then I didn't watch it the whole weekend, and I felt really
your
bad.
brother from another mother, you missed his match?
I did. I really did. And a message, and he's like, "Oh man, when you get a chance, watch it so we can have a chat." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, all right." And I was the same as you. That's in sport and everything. I thought, yeah, Uncle Johnny, he'd probably feel like a bit of a dick about that. And then at the end of the episode, "Oh, mate, apologize, sorry, blah blah blah." And then I was just the video's just about to finish. And then I could hear you chirp in the background. I thought, I've just blown up this big balloon, and you've just come past and gone.
the reason for it is right. Well, the reason why I put it in the first place is because you can see John's reaction to it. John was, genuinely sorry about it at the time. He knows he got carried away in a moment, and so obviously it's a Conor McGregor joke. Apologise for fuck all. I'm just I'm trying to. In that moment, I was trying to get him back to his emotional state during the match. That's one of the things that I do through the interview, is I'm trying to keep you as an interviewee in that moment you were in, because otherwise you end up with a juxtaposed position of what's going on the table and what's going on with the interviewee. So you want the interviewee's just emotion and energy to somewhat match what was going on at that table. If they were really sad and depressed at the table because the world's crumbling in on them and they're getting smashed, you don't want them in the interview going, ha ha ha, that was, I'm having an amazing time. And same vice versa, whatever's going on. So at that time in the match, he was like, fire and brimstone and, being a cocky mofo. So I needed to kind of get him somewhat in that energy. Not to persuade his thoughts or his opinions on what he did, but just to bring the energy back. But he was so sorry that he didn't appreciate the joke. And it wasn't until I said, if you want, because I we both kind of realized, and then that was funny because, look,
and for me, it just, I get stuck in nostalgia and everything. Like, it just reminded me, just of one of my family barbecues, because my dad was born in Ireland, grew up in Halifax. So that side of the family's all English and Irish. And that's
Halifax, UK?
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, no, I didn't grow up. My
dad, your dad did?
My dad and his family grew up, and then criminals, everyone moved to Australia, married me mum, and off to the races they went. But it just, for some reason, when I heard you scream that, I was just like, it'd be something one of my uncles would have said, the exact same, and the way you delivered it as well. So I found it funny. Not as many people found it as funny as you and I did. So
it's just because they didn't get, people will take things. You can put spin on anything, and people are going to put spin on stuff. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I know what the intention was. It's like comedy, and you don't.
Yeah.
But what's the intention? It's fine. Yeah,
but Neil, pick up in the chat the man behind ArmWars. Congratulations, Neil, on a successful Iron House. Says, evening, lads. The Iron House 2 card is complete, and it's immoral. Makes Iron House first cut look like a kindergarten class. 46.
Yeah.
46? What the fuck is wrong with you two?
What's wrong with him?
46 matches. So
but you've got to bolster it up, because you don't know. You never know what's going to happen. There's a lot of guys involved in Iron House. It's a lot of matches, and anything can happen. Anything can happen and can move the order. And but we've got Neil on board. And there's nobody better at looking at a big group of guys and going, okay, how do I get, if something happens, how do I get the best matches out of these guys? What's the best matchups?
One of my favourites of Neil doing his Russell Crowe Beautiful Mind equation was when you had the whole big cluster at Reality Check, and it took people 3.5 weeks to fly there. The Bulgarians were being cancelled. But then he just turns around and it was Lee Webber and Sanders. And he just turned and went, right, you two, get on the table. And that was a ripper match. That was a ripper match. And Neil just went to the chalkboard and went, you, table, fucking table, pull, fuck off, pull, pin, fuck off. And so,
well, Neil knows that Sandris is going to if you just drop a little thing to Sandris, like, I mean, and you had him on the show a couple of days ago, but you just go, yeah, you're better than him, but I don't think you beat him in a hook. Or just let him hear that. Just let him overhear somebody having that conversation. You know he's gonna go there. He's gonna try it. And to be fair, Lee beat him.
oh, it was a great match. 4-2, I think it was in the end. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the 2 times he tried to go in the hook with him.
Yeah. That's what I love about Sanders. Just a genuine top guy, but then
awesome.
Yeah. You just like, can you beat him in a hook? And he's and that just, the trigger, it just triggers him because he just knows he can top roll anyone. It's like, yeah, but can you beat him in a hook? And, you fucking
He'll try.
Neil's been in the chat, Neil. Hopefully I can catch up with you and have a beer or a brew cup of tea with you when I get over there. Can't wait for it. Going back to ArmWars Iron House, the first one, what was one thing you absolutely loved and you looked at it, whether it was at the event or during production, and you went, class, nailed it? And what was one thing that you were like, right, next time we need to improve on this?
Oh, there's loads. There isn't. That's a trick. Good question.
Well, while you have a think, thank you very much, White Wolf, for your super chat earlier. He's pretty happy that Neil was in the house. I'll bring that up again. Everyone's just happy Neil is around and James is on the show. And they're saying Neil's the godfather of the sport. Phil's say, Neil, fish and chips on me if you can make it to Whitby. I tell you what, when I go over there, you, Neil, and Marcus Thompson, if I am within a proximity of you guys, will not buy a beer. I will be buying your beers or whatever you drink.
Why?
So it's a bit of a thank you. Hey, look,
give over, mate. You promote us as much as we try to entertain you. So no, thank you.
So it's just mate, just more of a
thank you for doing everything you do.
Anyway,
we're all just doing our bit.
Fucking Keanu Reeves Matrix this and try and dodge me questions. What was one thing that you thought you nailed, and what's one thing you really want to fine tune?
I really want to fine tune the interviews. It'd be great to get all the interviews there in the moment, and we definitely need. And there's lots of small things, mate. There's no big thing, We thought we both respectively thought about our different roles within Iron House 1, and we pretty much did everything right. There's just lots of little areas for improvement, like, I don't know, little things like just making sure that somebody's taking notes, match notes, because we told all the arm wrestlers, go and write down straight after the match, go and write down what happened. And then, because when when I do interviews here, so the local guys, the guys who can just come round here and do their interview, like I had James Wall here a couple of days ago. We obviously get to sit and watch the match because it was a long time ago, so they're not going to remember all the details. But the other guys in the house, we don't have time because there's 40 odd guys to interview. We don't have 3 hours each to, watch a match and analyze and, all that kind of stuff. So they've got to remember what happened in the match in as much detail as physically possible or mentally possible. So we tell them to, as soon as you finish your match, go off to a quiet place and just write down everything you can remember, fetch them in, and then we'll have a talk, and then we'll, do the interview. But everybody who didn't do that, because there was cocky people like Ray who thought, yeah, but I'm awesome, I don't need to do that. That's for the idiot arm wrestlers, and he come in and it's just they got the rounds completely wrong. Even though it's only like an hour after, they'd be like, oh yeah, in the second round this happened. I'm like, but did it? And then and completely wrong so many times. So that's something that seriously needed streamlining, because in post, when I'm editing that, that's a pain in the fucking ass. That that adds a lot of hours on, because it's like, all right, now I've got to piss about. So little simple things, just like, we've just knocked up a sheet, and this time we're going to have somebody just noting exactly what happened round by round, if it was a strap, if there was any fouls, whatever, just all the stuff. So then once we get into the interview room, there's no mistakes. Yeah.
Well, speaking of James Wall, a massive, I would say one of the biggest shout outs would be to James, because he poured syrup all over that Dutch pancake, and he's had to hold that in since January. So when you first released it, the Jordan Davis's matches and the battlegrounds, they had to wait 8 weeks. I think it was 8 weeks or something like that.
But it'll be a lot quicker this time. Last time we still had a shed load, something like eight or maybe more reality check matches in the can still to come out. I mean, you kind of owe it to the arm wrestlers to make sure that they go out there. We always end up with a few extra that, probably not going to go out, or they go to members.
That's right.
But we absolutely make sure that anybody who came to attend, they at least get one feature documentary on them. And that's everybody now. Everybody in the Iron House who came has got the documentary done. James was the last one.
But that's what I mean. He wins in January. I think Iron House was in January, and we're late August. So, like, I'm saying, shout out to him to hold that massive win. Mate, when I win family board game night, I'm fucking bragging to everyone straight away. I don't think I can hold him for 8 months and I whooped everyone in Monopoly, So, massive shout out to him.
And Maynard is a big win as well. To get one over on Maynard, that is a serious dude. So,
I picked Maynard to win. But I jumped in the chat.
Why wouldn't you?
Maynard, easy, whatever. No point watching. And then round one, I was like, no, message retracted. I actually picked James because of his initials. Oh, I'm a stud. So he was awesome. Neil's saying there's a bit of a change at Iron House. He's just dropping. They get breaking news here on the Aussie Arm Wrestler channel. It says Snap, Crackle, and Popescu is taking on Ryan Bowen on the right arm. Very interesting to replace Stoica versus Ryan. I don't want Ryan to feel like he just had a bad day in prison. #0 fundamentals. There we go. Yes. Now that'd be
that's a big match, because them two guys have been, the rivalry's gone all the way back to Iron House 1, not Iron House, reality check, when Ryan said that Popescu was no fundamentals, and Popescu was wanted to get his hands on Ryan ever since.
Wow, so, I think there's a massive line for my friend Ryan Bowen of people wanting to get their hands on him. So the line's getting big, but I'm the number one ticket holder for the Ryan Bowen train. So if that thing crashes, I'm there with him. And love it. Awesome. I'm going to have a catch up with Neil and the rest of the crew. And I'm
really looking forward to meeting Ryan when he comes over.
Yeah. You'll be annoyingly surprised of what a nice guy he is in person. Brutally honest.
I've had lots of conversations with. I'm in touch with Ryan. He is a good dude.
Yeah. Speaking of good dude, Neil's just dropping bombs on the channel. He's just
Neil. Why don't you just get on and relieve me so I can get back to this lot?
So, mate, you go when you have to. I was just like, heaps of people were just wanting an input. Everyone's just being awesome, which is good. And Neil says the aggression James Wall will definitely be more than matched by the man he'll face in the next Iron House. Oh, another match. He's just dropping all the matches on the channel against the serial killer Tobias Pedersen.
Pedersen.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
That is going to be awesome, because both of them guys are fast and aggressive from the get-go. I'm really looking forward to that. And James is really excited about it. I've not spoken to Pedersen, but I imagine he's stoked for it as well. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be fire. I cannot wait for that.
Oh, that'll be another good match. And then you got Big Loz coming over at the next Iron House.
I'm Rob Frampton, strongman in.
Now, this is probably more a Neil question than a you question. So we had the, Iron House 1, Jordan Davis yells, F Bowen, and then Ryan's like, well, I've got to redeem it. And it was a nice little story for Stoica versus Ryan.
Yeah.
How much is it frustrating? Does it bother you at all? I'm not sure if it does or not. So then that was built up. That was going to be one of the main matches. And then you switch the channel, you turn on East versus West, and Coach Ray wins quite convincingly against Ryan. So then you're like, fuck.
I mean, styles make matches, but everything that happened in that match does lead you to think that Ryan and Bogdan would be more of a mismatch. But they might still meet. And, how many times have we all picked it wrong? All that is just us and Neil and everybody just trying to see that match come out in the head. And how many times have you done that and predicted a match and been absolutely wrong? The guys might end up meeting in the Iron House. Maybe not on who knows? It might be on the live event. It might be behind closed doors, but they may still end up meeting. And who knows? This is sport. Sport.
And I think that's where a lot of people just need to calm down. It is sport. So if I pick James Statham and beat the Aussie arm wrestler, it's okay because it's just sport. Like anything can happen. If you turn up, I am a huge football fan, and I turned on the tally and I was like, holy crap, I'm a Brentford supporter. And I thought, shit, we got Man United on the weekend. And then suddenly we've kicked one, we've kicked two. And then I'm holding my baby, I'm screaming, we've kicked a third, it's fucking 4-0 at half time, ripping me hair out. So, I'm the same. Like, you could be the most dominant person in the world, but if you don't turn up on the day, then it could
who knows what happens. And it's not just that. It's like like any a tournament. It's all about the journey as well. Who's had the easiest journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, is the table going to be bolted down? Because you have a 100 and I think 80 kilo beast coming over, and that is Matarangi Hedda Morris from New Zealand. My man, love that dude. And that is going to be heavy.
We've got a bunch of heavy guys at this event. Sorry, I'm reading the chats as they're coming up.
Yeah, they're just.
That's
awesome.
going to be Tom and Rowley. That can't not be a screamer. It can't not be a screamer. I don't see how it isn't a screamer.
I think it's against the law if it's not. I think if it's not a screamer, you get on the phone to the old Bill and go, right, murder.
Just lock them up.
Arm wrestling. Throw them in jail.
We'll kick them out of the Iron House and put them in the outhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Right, Tom? Fuck off.
That will be a screamer. And there's there's a lot going down. But don't think we haven't noticed that and I'm talking about the chat as well, hasn't noticed that you're coming over a week after everyone's already will have jumped on table and had a feel of each other. You're going to come over what's your plan to come to Whitby with your left arm and just kick everyone's ass because they're all their arms are shagged?
Well, they just might call me the vulture. Yeah. I just see all the dead carcasses everywhere. And, mate, there's no chance. I'm on crutches at the moment. So yeah.
What is it? What have you done?
Wrap this around your head.
What have you done?
Oh, well, I need both my hips replaced. But about 3 weeks ago, it was like a Benny Hill skit. I'll tell you. About 3 weeks ago, it was a Sunday morning, set me alarm early, was going to come watch The Fix and then set up my live. I like to go live after The Fix, anyone that wants to keep talking. And I think I had a phone and a jumper in my hand, and I fell down the stairs. We got stairs in my house. But you know when you're slipping and there's that split second where you're just like, I'm cooked. There's no saving myself here.
Yeah.
So
how much you're just trying to calculate how much this is going to hurt, because it's going to hurt.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I launched myself down the stairs, dislocated my pinky. So popped that back in. I thought I dislocated my shoulder again. So I was like, crap. And then, so anyway, I sat there and my wife comes running there because all she could hear was da-da-da-da-da, poof. Oh, so I winded myself. But then what had happened was, because these hips, it's bone on bone, riddled with arthritis. So I've re-snapped the tendons from like the glute to the I had them reattached to my last hip surgery. So I finally booked in the end of October. I'm going to have my right one replaced and then work out for the left one.
Dude, are you going to be on a 70-hour flight or whatever it is?
Mate, I've just gone to the right doctors.
Yeah. Filled me up.
Load me up, Some arm wrestlers take PEDs. I just take all those lovely painkillers. So I'll get up and stretch and things like that. But yeah, with an opportunity, especially what Australia's been through, I couldn't miss this opportunity to come over, because who knows if the same people get re-elected in November here in Australia, well, then I'm not going anywhere. So at the moment, I can travel. The community are like, we want you over here. So I've had to go run over, which is going to be so I can't wait. But yeah, fell over on crutches. Still going to try and pull. I still want to have a match. I think Phil Woody wants to have a crack. I'd flex, mate, but I don't want to rip his jumper. Yeah, he thinks he's got the talent. So either way, I'm in a win-win situation, because if I win,
and what do you think? Are you?
Oh, Phil Woody. He's kind of. They look like arms, but only smaller. That's so to sum it up. So
Phil, don't take that shit,
mate. Phil knows he couldn't even knock out a wank. See, I'm in a win-win situation here, because if I win, I'm the greatest god on the left arm ever.
Or at least third greatest.
Right. If I somehow take an L, well, I'll be holding straight to the hip, and I'll be asking Phil to pass me my crutches, and he'll be like, "Oh, good on you, mate. You beat an old man on crutches. Good for you." And I'll play that shit down and degrade his win.
That's no surprise from someone like you. No surprise.
Like a proper prick. Phil be like, "Yeah, what a win!" Got the Aussie arm wrestler. I'd be like, "Oh, mate, like backhand compliment the shit out of it."
But if you win, you're going to be jumping on the table, spinning on your head, and yeah.
Hopping around. I'll be hopping around. Oh, yeah. I did it with one hip. Oh,
he's going to make a feature film about this. Yeah.
Right. Just look into where you are, James, and say, I'll be feature film that.
Right. I'm going to shoot, mate. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Awesome. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for jumping on, mate. Appreciate it. No problem. I'll speak to you soon.
Be good. Thank you, everybody. Massive support all the way through this season. Join us for next season. Bigger, badder, better. Ready, bang.
See, James. Dead set.
How do I get out of here?
I'll boot you. There you go. And then there we go. Yeah. So whatever. What a superstar. What a superstar James is, and what a superstar ArmWars is. We were kind of supposed to do a review about it all, and we just got off having a laugh, because that's how much I thoroughly enjoy James and the team there. What's everyone say before we wrap up? It says, as soon as Jake confirmed his super match with him, he decided to put in an early personal injury insurance claim. And Superman down the stairs. So you think this was I've subconsciously self-harmed myself, Phil? Love it, mate. Love it. Spermy says, Jake, my sister lives in Australia and came home here to Canada. They've got you hogtied there. So where I live, two things, Spermies, just quickly. Where I live in Melbourne was the most locked down city in the world. Like ridiculous what we had to go through. And as I've mentioned before, my medical status, if that makes sense. Everyone's saying, James Statham, thanks for your work. Damn it, Potter, Jake, Beerman Ward. No, I used to have a drink on the show. But once people started noticing me, I was like, nah, that's not happening. And wanted to take what I do seriously. Then I stopped drinking, and then Evan he took it tenfold. Geez, more matches getting dropped. Holy moly! 4-man battleground. Mindalskis, Tarasides. Wow, here we go. Here are some matches. That Philippe. Was that the Philippe that that Philippe? Oh, remember Ryan Bowen making a video that someone called him out, and I think it was that guy from like 2 years ago. Okay, but once again, my light turned off. Once again, Neil just being awesome. Drop it. I'll have to go back and write down all these matches and make some videos. Thank you very much, Neil. Just can't wait to have a beer with you, buddy. That'd be good. No, that wasn't a beer joke. That was me making excuses. Gotcha. Which is awesome. Marcus Thompson's battery's about to run out, so he's saying goodbye. Don't worry, Marcus. We're going to go for a couple of more minutes. It was awesome having James on and Neil in the chat, so we'll go for a couple more minutes and wrap it up. So my final review about ArmWars, I thought it was a success. It was really good to hear that the channel didn't take too much damage through that whole Uncle John thing. The old school in me loved the weekly thing, but of course, understanding the game, I think like they're way forward. They're having people live at the event. The matches will be out relatively soon. I think is an awesome way to build their business model if they are not going 100% live on YouTube. I thought the production was cool. I enjoyed it. I know some people like reading the chat. If you are someone, and you can be as honest as you want here, if you are someone that thought the production was overdone, can you let me know why or what would you prefer? So, for example, the other live that I did with you legends and I did my top 10. Everyone just jumps in and says that list was shit. Tell me why the list was shit. Like, the list was shit. Yeah, list was shit. And I know exactly what they mean. But then, like, because most people are like, oh, yeah, but what do you think of the rest of the list? Oh, yeah, that was solid. So, you didn't like one thing. So, yeah, because I did read that some people didn't like the production. We all know where I stand on, like, production and entertainment. So, I thought that worked. I thought a lot worked for it. I hope their view count growth of subscribers, because they're almost at 10K subscribers, the ArmWars channel. So hopefully it just jumps in. Spermies has become a member. He says, good to be part of the Ready Bang team now. Bang, bang, bang. And that is right with, as you can see here, now I've got to update my list because as little as 50 cents a week. And all this is going back straight to the channel like you've got no idea. Just like anything, I just went and joined ArmWars and all these guys that have joined my channel. I try and do a weekly video. I've been doing a weekly weigh-in. I haven't done it this week because I could barely walk. Like, to get down to the computer was genuinely hard work. So, but yeah, hopefully I can still do it. Oleg Petrenko is coming on the show in 20 hours. So the guy that is taking on John Brezink at East versus West, Oleg Petrenko, is coming on the show. Don't forget, if you are into supplements and everything, head over to Old School. You saw them. They're the main sponsors at East versus West. Code word BANG. Get yourself 15% off. Going to be an absolute belter. Samuel says, cheers, boys, for tonight. Cheers for you, Sam, for jumping in. Thanks for being awesome. And everyone just being unreal. Just for info, guys, we'll still be sticking to 3 films a month that we currently do. The object for Arm Wars is that the films will be timeless to the fans to watch when they discover the sport. I might have to write that down or screenshot it. So when people discuss it on other channels, I can say this is why they're sticking to 3 films a month. Feel free to make it 4, Neil. Feel free to make it every Saturday morning for me. Because then I have my coffee. I'm up and about. Might take the wife out for breakfast or we just hang out at home. But make it 4. Make it 4 a month, Neil. And we can have a deal. Everyone's just saying, great work, Neil. Neil Pickup, yes. Keep being awesome. Phil Woody, Arm Wars for life. See you later, Neil. I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I'll see you in a couple of weeks, mate. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Go subscribe to Neil Pickup Supernatural Strength. Go subscribe to the Arm Wars channel. And if you can, become a member. I just became an Armed Forces member. So I've done it. I showed you all earlier on the stream. So make sure you do that and be awesome. DJ Techno Boom. Like Arm Wars. Hell yeah, Arm Wars. Paul Maiden is coming on the show during the week. Oleg Petrenko coming on very soon. I'm just waiting for Big Loz to get back to me. We're just trying to work out some dates. He's been real busy with the Brian Shaw Classic and just dominating that. So, mate, all of the guests are coming up. I hope you've been enjoying it. What I have Artem Morozov, Vitaly Lalatin, and Sandra Sadez lately on the show. I've really been enjoying having guests on the show. Love doing the solos. Love having a bit of fun. You know, I love Maximum Bang Monday. But when it comes to the big time guests, I very honored that they want to come on the show and people want to help out. You guys want to help out. So may have, I'm hoping midweek might be able to drop some mega news. Some mega news. Mega! Like I can't explain. Mega. 72 votes and 88% of you said that Arm Wars was a success. If you are a part of that 12% in the chat, can you let me know why you don't think it was a success? Keep that chat up, James, and I'll demand 5. And I'll get everyone to get their pitchforks out and we'll demand 5 matches a month. Nah, you're a star, James, mate. If it's once if you become a tampon and it's once a month, I'll watch it. I'll support it. I try and watch and support as many arm wrestling channels. And of course, Arm Wars is a part of the Big 4. Arm Wars, Monster Factory, East versus West, and King of the Table, of course. Now, I don't know how many Arm Wars are going to be next year, but hopefully I will get to one because next year is a busy year for the arm wrestling world. So strap in. And this brings up a good point, Phil Woody. So if you all go subscribe, watch all the videos, same here. That's my goal as well. I would love to employ people for the channel. I would love to sit there and ring someone and go, right, we're on. I need you to quickly edit this video. And I'll be able to pay them. Right. Oh, you do logos. I need logos. I need this. I need this. I would love for the Aussie Arm Wrestler to employ people. And I'm sure the team at Arm Wars would be able, with the people that they trust and whatnot, and just ease. Because, it's just 2 of them. It's just 2 of them. So, yeah. There you go, Phil. You might have just landed yourself a job. Phil Woody's. And it's just like people like Phil, like Marcus, like all you guys. that just jump in and do it. Speaking of doing it, we will wrap up the show. I have got to get ready. I have just realized I've got to leave in an hour. I am commentating all day. I'm not sure if it's going to be live, but the first standalone women's comp in Australia. I'm going to head over and commentate that all day. I've got to commentate Garage Wars next week. So it's going to be an amazing day for the Aussie arm wrestler. And then in 20 hours, I'm going to try and push it back an extra half an hour if I can. But I'll be live with Oleg Petrenko, that genuine stud. Take care, you Dead Set Legends. Thanks for being the best usual suspects in the world in the chat. Thank you to James Statham for coming on the show whilst editing. You're an absolute legend. Thank you to Neil for jumping in the chat and also giving us Arm Wars. Arm Wars for me was incredible. Let me know in the comments if you loved it or if you didn't. And if you can, like, share, and subscribe. Everything to Arm Wars, to Neil Pickup Show, and of course, to the Aussie Arm Wrestler. And I'll see you in under 24 hours because I'm addicted.